Hey guys, welcome to yet another session by SCALER, and in this particular session we're going to look into top service-based companies in India. So we'll be looking into various aspects within that, but before we move on and understand what exactly is the agenda of this session, please make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss upcoming videos, and also leave a like if you enjoy our content. Now, if you have any queries, leave a comment down below and we would love to help you out. And guys, now let's move on and understand what exactly will be covered in this session. And if you want a textual reference for what exactly will be covered in this session, you can check that out in the description box below. We have an interview with blog linked over there, which exactly covers whatever you want to learn in this particular video format. And you can go check it out. It's in the description. So now let's understand what will be covered in this session. So starting off, we'll be understanding what exactly is a service-based company and what are the mottos of a service-based company. And then we'll be looking into the differences between a product-based and a service-based company, and then why exactly you should join a service-based company. Then we'll look into the top service-based companies in India, and once that is done, basically we'll be done. I'll just give you a conclusion, and that will be the end of this particular session. So now, guys, before we move on with anything else, without any delays, let's begin with the session.
So guys, we've seen what exactly we're going to look into. But right now let's start off with this particular session. So we'll understand service-based company and what exactly are they, then comparison between product and service-based. So first of all, before starting off, why exactly are we discussing this? Because there's always a topic, there is always a debate between why you should go for a product-based company or why you should go for a service-based company. But it doesn't matter actually. Obviously, according to the salary scale and the things you'll work, it might vary if it's the beginning of your career, but later in your career, if you're in a product based company, one thing they would have more funding that basically would become a easier way to attract more salary. But in a service based company, if you are skilled enough, you will be able to take up an entire project which you could completely manage. And again, for as a manager or as a lead technical person, you would still be able to earn more salary than compared to like, even though you can earn more in a product based company, you can still earn a similar kind of amount in a service based company. So now let's start off with understanding what is a service based company. A service based company is the one that provide customers, clients, the ultimate solution to their requirements or a service to another company. So these companies basically service other companies. So that's basically a service-based company. Let's say you have a company called ABC, abc.io, and this particular company does a particular product. So this product is already available, you already created it, but you need a team to maintain it, but you don't want to create or build your own maintenance team in-house. You want it to basically give it to a client who would basically take care of it for you, because you want to work on the application development and free feature creation or process, rather than maintaining it, updating it, bug fixing, troubleshooting. You don't want to do that. You just want to give it to another company to just maintain it. So obviously, to create a team in-house within the company, it will cost more than what it will cost to just give it to another client, and you just pay them the amount for to maintain it. For example, let's say you will basically say, okay, mine is a Java based application, so I would need 10 Java developers, 5 database engineers to maintain it, and the service based company will have enough people working for them, and they will basically hire basically assign few of them to this particular project, and that project will continue. So this is basically what will happen, and that's what a service based company will do. A service offered by a company is intangible and can be provided in form of skills, amenities, and expertise, right? For example, a great IT software solution for your company is how a service-based company provides its value to a client. Service-based companies are not just IT companies. I just gave you an example of an IT company. A service-based company could be any kind of company which provides a a particular service. Let's say it could be an event management service. Let's say somebody wants to get married, they go to an event management company and they just say, I want to do this. These are the requirements. Will you able to provide me with this service? And you pay them the money, they do that service for you. So that's exactly a service-based company. But in our case, IT service-based company is the relevant topic to basically under this particular concept, right? Okay, so this is a service-based company. Next, what are the mottos of a service-based company? So there are four main mottos for a service-based company. First of all, customer or client is the king, because obviously you are serving uh, a bunch of clients, so you shouldn't compromise on quality for one client because they are a much bigger company and paying more, and another company is a much smaller company and paying lesser than what that bigger company is offering. So you shouldn't so there shouldn't be that thing. So every single client should be treated with the same uh, service, same quality of service, and then sell quality before price. Second, obviously this doesn't work in real life. Obviously companies want uh, a bigger profit, so they try to cut down operational costs. But even though in that case hiring better quality engineers and better quality professionals would help sell more quality, which is in a much cheaper price, if that's how companies work. And then be unique. So this is again a motto for most of the companies. This is just a regular motto. Challenge is the key to success. Again, so the thing is, with service-based companies, you would already have people available. So according to the incoming projects, you will be assigning people. So now, as a company, the number of projects and the incoming revenue would basically be the main motive. But again, that won't stop them right there, right? Even they can build their own products. They can create an in-house team and start building their own products. Their main revenue would be from service based, but they can still put money into research and development to build their own products in certain aspects. And yeah, so that's basically it. For example, if you take Wipro has their own line of tube lights, bulbs. They have their own smart lights, and they have lots of products, right? So Wipro is not just a service-based company. It is a service-based company, but it's not just a service-based company because they also create products, right? So these are the main mottos. Okay, coming to the next point, which is product-based company versus a service-based company. So when you start off your career as a developer, so basically you would have first thing you would have heard is product-based companies, service-based companies. If you are basically attending a placement through your college, so they would say this is a service-based company, they are offering this much. It's a product-based company, they are offering this much, and the number of rounds for a product based company would be more than a service based company, and there's that. So there would be lots of things which is coming into, and big tech giants names would have been attached to the product and service based companies. Okay, so now however it is to be noted, obviously there would be some differences which has to be taken into consideration. But let's talk about, there is always a negative connotation to service based companies, right? But it's not exactly the same way. uh, let's just understand what exactly are service-based companies, and why exactly you don't have to worry about working in a service-based company, and why it is actually a good thing to work in a service-based company. That's what we're going to look into. We are not going to look into the negative connotations. We're just going to look into what exactly are the positive parts of working in a service-based company, right? So comparison. First of all, what is a product-based company? This company provides a value through a tangible product they sell. So they create their own product and they sell the product, and through that product they make money. For example, let's consider Microsoft. They make an operating system, they sell the operating system and earn money through that. And then there is Google. They have so many different products, Google Analytics. So most of them are free products, but they have paid products as well, G Suite and all that. So they sell that and make money through that. So basically they sell the products and make money, right? But in a service based company, so they offer their services to clientele, and those clientele will basically give them money. So for example, research, software development, BPO, strategic solutions. So these are all service based companies who are basically working for other companies and providing services to them, right? So this is the main difference. Now, second one, the product is created prior to customer needs and demands. So before you understand the customer, obviously they would have research and everything, but let's say they've collected 1,000 data points before creating the application, but it doesn't have to be accurate, right? Because they would have gotten a sample data before the application was available. Once the application is available, if you do the same survey, people obviously would have different opinions because the data you collected was before creating the application. So the product would have been created understanding there is some kind of a need, but they would have still created it according to what they think would satisfy the customer and not what exactly what the customer wants. But when it comes to a service-based company, so the service is offered after the client's approach, because the clients would give certain requirements and then the service-based company would offer. Hiring process is obviously much longer and complex in product-based companies. They have more rounds and really complex coding rounds if you're getting into a developer position. In service-based company, it's much shorter and comparatively easy. Especially for a beginner, it's much easier in service-based companies. Um, Coming to then a fourth point, experience working within a single domain or industry. One more thing with service-based company, one bigger benefit, if you're really good at what you do, they would basically involve you in multiple projects where you can work with multiple clientele across across the world, because service-based companies will not just have clients from just one location, they'll have clients from multiple locations. So you can work with different industries. For example, you can work with a banking company, you can work with an IT company, you can work with a health company, you can work with a sports company. So you will be able to work with the different kinds of clientele. So in product-based company, obviously there will be flexible hours of working because you're creating and maintaining your own product. But when it comes to service-based company, there will be allocated times. For example, you would have a shift timing because uh, they would need 24 by 7 support. They would need 24 by 7 maintenance of the product. So you would be in one of the shifts, so morning shift, night shift. So there are so many different shifts. I don't know what exactly they are, but again, you wouldn't have flexible hours of working. You would be given a shift within which you will have to work. That's it. So these are some examples of product-based companies: Microsoft, Google; service-based companies, Wipro, TCS. Next point, why exactly you should join a service-based company, right? Okay, so again, there's always a perception about service-based companies that there are very few opportunities, and also the pay is less and more working hours. First of all, the last point, more working hours, is not true. You will basically will have to work within the given shift. Okay, first of all, creativity is at par. Different clients means different requirements, so you will have to learn different sets of skills in order to make sure you provide the appropriate service. Every client, a service-based company, caters to a different brand identity with different goals, objectives, and ideas. So, for example, there would be you might be involved in like three different projects who are three different companies with three different ideologies and goals. So you should be able to adapt to each of them in order to provide your service. Future scope is ascending. So with technologies like AI, cloud, automation, so these companies who are creating products using AI, cloud, automation, machine learning, so all of these companies, right? These companies basically want maintenance as well. These companies want service as well. So when it comes to these companies, in that case, they would also start hiring people as AI engineers, cloud engineers who are required in service-based companies as well. So there is a lot of future scope in service-based companies. Again, job opportunities will be more than product-based companies. But obviously, this has to be said. Obviously, the pay will be lesser than a product-based company, but there will be job opportunities for you. A dynamic learning curve, the growth gap for you here will reach greater heights as you work on various dimensions for different clientele. Again, you're if you're going through the same tech stack, you can actually learn through a dynamic learning curve. So basically, your learning curve will go like this rather than going like this. Work with the best. So you can work with the best companies. So some of the companies are Wipro, TCS, HCL, Infosys. There are more top companies in just in India, but again, these are just some top companies which you would have heard of as a service-based company. Okay, so I just wanted to introduce you to some of the popular service-based companies. So TCS, HCL, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, Deloitte, Redington, Infosys, L&T, Emphasis. So these are basically some of the companies who are service-based companies in India. Uh, but the thing is, they are not just service-based companies, they also produce products like HCL, Deloitte, Wipro. They are not just uh, service-based companies, they also create products. So even though you're working in a service-based company, you can still be in a product team. So yeah, so that's totally on what kind of a job role you apply for. So this is all the information about service-based companies in India, guys. I hope everything is clear in this particular video. So yeah, so there is also another video which is basically on product-based companies. If you want to know more about product based companies, you can check that out in Scaler's channel. Okay guys, so thank you, meet you in another session.